Hey, it's Central Valley Business. I'm your host, Steve Walling. My guest for this segment is John Burns, and he's with Teen Challenge. It's an incredible organization, does incredible work. John, I want to welcome you to the show. Before we really get into our discussion, we have an introductory video I'd like for the people to see. So let's see that, Mike. Okay, so what we just saw was a video of some of the stuff that went on last year, right?
That's
John?
right.
An awesome event.
Arise. Yeah, it was Arise Fresno.
Yeah.
And the fair was very generous. They not only allowed us to have the event at the Paw Paw Theater on the last Sunday of the fair, but they have extended free admission to the fair for anyone who comes to our event.
And your event will be October 13th?
Correct.
12th and 13th, right?
Yes.
Okay.
On the 12th, we're going to have the event at the Central Valley Teen Challenge campus in Reedley.
Okay, that's your local home campus, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then on Sunday, right? It's going to be at the Fresno Fairgrounds.
That's right.
The big Fresno Fairgrounds.
That's right.
The great Fresno Fairgrounds,
Yes.
which has extended to people that wish to come and participate free admission to this greatest of all Fresno Fairgrounds, right?
That's right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Boy, this is really good. I'm glad to see that they're supporting you because, as I said in the introduction, John, Teen Challenge provides an incredible service in today's world environment where you've got addiction issues everywhere you look anymore. There is no one section of society that is the drug, infested. It's with the opioid crisis. It runs the gamut, along with some of those other easily manufactured drugs like meth and stuff. It's tough. It's hard.
Yes.
But even more so for the individual that gets caught up in it.
That's right.
And you were telling me that you are an addiction survivor.
That's right.
And that's awesome.
Yes.
And you've been with this program now 4 days. No, 25 years, you said.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about John's story.
Sure. I'm originally from New York.
Well, I'd have never guessed.
You could tell because I'm so polite.
That's it.
Yeah. And I got hooked up on drugs. Ended up quitting, dropped out of high school. Left my family and made a lot of poor decisions.
Yep.
And I ended up to a place that I couldn't manage my life. And I finally started the recovery process.
Right.
And it's been a journey. But when I turned to Teen Challenges...
I want to stop you right there, John. You said you started the recovery process. How many attempts did you make as you started the recovery process? Because most of the time it's not one.
You're right. It took me 6 times.
6 times.
6 times before I had my last drink or drug in 1985.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I want to shake your hand.
Thank you.
That's good.
Well, I thank God for sobriety every day.
You bet.
And Teen Challenge has been an important part of my journey, and that's why I made the choice to stay around because people in Teen Challenge helped me, and now I have the privilege to help others.
And to serve others. I'm going to stop you here because I've heard a rumor, and you can clarify that rumor. The organization is called Teen Challenge, but it is available to more than just teenagers, isn't it?
Correct, and I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
When Teen Challenge started in 1958 through the outreach of David Wilkerson
Right.
on the streets of New York,
Uh-huh.
its scope was to teenagers.
Right.
But through the decades, the scope of Teen Challenge has evolved
Right.
for several different reasons. But the Teen Challenge Center that we have here in the Central Valley is actually for adult men.
Ah, there you go.
We have a campus that has 170 beds.
Okay. Cool.
And it's for adult men from ages 18 on up. And we have had a few men in their 70s who've done well with us.
Well, now you're getting kind of close.
And we offer a 1-year residential recovery center.
Yeah.
And it's Christian faith-based.
Yeah.
And we teach the principles of the Bible to live a successful life. And we teach the men to have a relationship with Jesus Christ to help them have the strength to stay away from drugs.
There you go.
And Teen Challenge is offered at no cost to the person seeking help.
It is an incredible organization.
Thanks.
And it has turned out some incredible individuals that have gone back to society. People like you that have chosen to give back through Teen Challenge, but individuals that have gone on to be successful in other areas that can be mentors, they can be, representatives of what it means to someone that chooses, and it's a choice.
You're right.
There's multiple choices on this path that have to be made, and there's some choices that have to be made every day to stay on that path.
Yes.
And you learn that there's skills and tools, but there's help.
Yes.
There's help from the organization. There's help from the divine.
Yes.
It just everywhere you look, there's a power and a presence for good.
Yes.
It's available to you when you turn to it.
And we want people to know that.
That's it.
We want the person who's struggling with addiction to know that there is hope and there's help. We want the family members of that person to know that there is hope and there is help.
Okay, John, it brings up another question. Family members. Okay. For an individual that goes into the program, it's a year long.
Yes.
They stay on the campus. What about family members? Are there, besides visitation, that's not what I'm talking about. Are there, like, counseling things that are available to help the family member help the individual?
Yes. We know that a person hurting from addiction represents a family hurting from addiction.
There you go.
And we have a special support group on our campus called Concerned Persons.
Okay.
And we use a curriculum that is designed for the family. And the family and the individual in Teen Challenge, they actually go through it together.
Cool.
And so this is a place that offers support for the family, education for the family, and a vehicle for the healing and restoration that needs to take place.
That's awesome.
Oh, it's so marvelous to watch.
Yeah.
That a family that was broken because of addiction can now be put back together, by the love of God.
You kind of like doing this, don't you?
Yeah.
I get that every. That's a great
awesome.
Thing. Okay, so your campus is in Reedley.
Yes.
Whereabouts?
We are in what was originally the Kings View Mental Health Center.
Okay.
It's right on the Kings River.
Okay.
On the south side of Reedley by Mountain View Drive.
Okay. And you got a web page, don't you?
Yes. www.teenchallenge.org is our organization's.
Right. You got Facebook?
Yeah, Central Valley Teen Challenge has a Facebook page.
Okay, cool.
And that's our local. And our event actually has a web page.
Okay, and
that's www.arisecrusade.com.
www.arisecrusade.com. And that's going to take place again October 12th and 13th. The 12th will be at your campus in Reedley.
Yes.
The 13th is going to be at the big Fresno Fairground, where they have said they are opening up the fair to people that are going to attend, to visit, to be a part of this at no charge.
And the ticket to get into the fair gate is on the website.
It's on the website.
Yeah. arisecrusade.com, and there's a tab for ticket, and they can print that ticket at home, or you can download it on your phone.
There you go.
And just use that.
You're making it real difficult, aren't you?
Yeah.
John, that's great.
Yeah, we want the community to know that there's hope and there's help. Our special guest speaker is Nikki Cruz.
Let's talk about Nikki.
Nikki was one of the first gang members to go through Teen Challenge, actually in the late 50s. He was originally from Puerto Rico, and he was a leader of a gang in New York called the Mau Mau's. And now, when David Wilkerson was doing street outreach, it was Nikki who pulled the switchblade on David Wilkerson,
Right.
and said, "I'll cut you up, preacher."
Mm-hmm.
And David Wilkerson said, "You can cut me into 100 pieces, and every piece would say, 'God loves you.'"
There you go.
And I believe that message is still the heartbeat of Teen Challenge today. Every piece would say, "God loves you."
I think you're right. And on that, I want to thank you for being with me.
Thank you.
John, I want you to come back as you got other things,
Okay.
other events, you got an important message you want to get out.
Sure.
I want to talk to you about that.
Thank you. It was a privilege to talk with you. Thank you.
It's a privilege to talk with you. Hey, that weekend, if you've been touched by addiction, and here's the thing, if you've been touched by addiction and maybe it's not an event in your family right now, still show up, because addiction's never more seemingly than like one degree away from where we're at any given time.
That's right.
And you can be a help. So it's important. And I'll see you when we come back.
Hi, my name is Nicky Cruz. I was converted in the city of New York by the ministry of David Wilkerson. After that, I went to Bible college, and then Dave Wilkerson asked me to help him in New York. It was a very young ministry called Teen Challenge. And I remember very well the miracle that took place in Teen Challenge. The greatest thing that I want to tell you is that there was a revolution all over New York City, and the door of Teen Challenge was open for those who want to come. Many times I do remember that the door used to open, and there stone drug addicts, hooks and heroin, walking desperate, and they used to fall on the floor calling, "I need help. Let Jesus help me, please. Somebody pray for me." This is not exaggeration or a dramatic type of thing. I saw that with my own eyes, and I never forget how Teen Challenge became worldwide ministry, helping so many people. And the greatest thing is that I'm going to be in Fresno in October. And I'm going to be there because one thing that you should know, I lived in Fresno for 8 years, and I had the greatest experience when I opened a ministry for young people. And today, I just feel like I have traveled all over the world, and I help so many people in tremendous, desperate need. And I have to say that has seen the glory of God changing many lives. Teen Challenge is a tremendous ministry that really still working so hard to help many people here in the United States and other countries. I invite you, I'm going to be in Fresno, by the way, and I invite you to come. You are not going to be disappointed. It's going to be the most beautiful moments that I will spend with you in Fresno. God bless you.